The spleen is one of those organs everyone has heard of but almost nobody thinks about. It sits quietly in the upper left side of your abdomen, tucked under your ribs, about the size of your fist. It doesn't beat like the heart or rumble like the stomach, so it's easy to forget it exists. But the spleen is constantly working behind the scenes, doing two jobs so important that you'd be in serious trouble without them: protecting your blood and protecting you.
Inside the spleen, there are two main regions, almost like two departments in the same building. The first is the white pulp. This is the spleen's immune headquarters. Blood flows directly through it, carrying along everything that has entered your body: viruses, bacteria, bits of debris, anything suspicious. The white pulp is full of immune cells, especially T cells and B cells, that act like security guards scanning every visitor. When they spot something foreign, they don't just sound an alarm, they get to work. B cells can transform into plasma cells right on the spot, rapidly producing antibodies that get dumped straight into your bloodstream. The spleen doesn't wait for danger to spread, it stops trouble as soon as it sees it.
Then there's the red pulp, which has a completely different job. If the white pulp is security, the red pulp is sanitation and recycling. Blood slows down when it enters this area. That gives macrophages, the body's big cleanup crew cells, time to grab anything old or broken. They remove red blood cells that are worn out, damaged, or simply past their expiration date. They also swallow bacteria, debris, and leftover fragments from normal cell turnover. Iron and other valuable materials inside old red blood cells are recycled and returned to the body, ready to be used again. Nothing goes to waste. Together, these two regions make the spleen a combination security checkpoint, recycling center, and emergency response unit. It filters your blood in real time, pulls out anything dangerous, and boosts your immune defenses right where they're needed most. This is why the spleen is especially important for fighting bacteria that travel through the bloodstream, the kinds that overwhelm people quickly if the immune system doesn't act fast.
You really notice how important the spleen is only when it stops working or is removed. Without it, the bloodstream loses one of its most effective defenses, and certain infections become much more dangerous. People without spleens need special vaccines and sometimes preventive antibiotics because their immune response to blood-borne bacteria is weaker. It's not that the rest of the immune system stops working, it's that the spleen is uniquely good at catching threats early, before they spread.
So even though the spleen doesn't make noise or grab your attention, it's constantly protecting you. The white pulp scans every drop of blood for invaders and launches immune attacks when needed. The red pulp keeps the blood clean, removes old cells, and recycles valuable materials. It's small, quiet, and completely essential.
In short, the spleen is the silent guardian of your bloodstream, the organ you rarely think about, but one that works every minute to keep your blood clean and your body safe.